Hey everybody! Hey, what's up you guys? It's your boy Bookify back at it again with another video. So listen, we've all been there, right? Trying to decipher the secret code of, do they like me or are they just being nice? Don't worry fam, I got you. We're diving deep into the 9 telltale signs that someone's totally crushing on you. We're talking real-life examples, relatable stories, the whole shebang. And trust me, after this video, you'll be a pro at reading the signs. Make sure you stick around till the end because I've got some juicy stories to share and you won't want to miss those. Let's get started. Alright, let's kick things off with a big one. You know that person you like? Yeah, that one. Well, if they genuinely like you back, they'll move mountains to spend time with you. And no, I don't mean just liking your Instagram posts or sending you random memes, though that could be a sign too. I'm talking about real quality time. Like, remember my friend Neha? She had a massive crush on this guy Amar. Super smart, ambitious, always on the go. But guess what? Even with his crazy schedule, Amar always made time for Neha. Whether it was grabbing coffee between classes or staying up late to help her with a project, he was there. Now, at first, Neha was like, he's just being nice, right? But deep down, she knew it was more than that. He was putting in the effort, going the extra mile. And that, my friends, is a surefire sign that someone's catching feelings. So, pay attention to how much effort they're putting in. Actions speak louder than words, you know what I'm saying? Okay, this next one is super interesting. Have you ever noticed how you tend to mimic the people you're close to? Like, if your best friend starts talking with her hands, you find yourself doing the same thing? It's called mirroring, and it's a subconscious sign of attraction. And trust me, it's a real thing. I remember this one time, Amber was having dinner with Priya, this girl he'd been crushing on. And as they were talking, he noticed something funny. Every time he leaned forward, Priya leaned forward. When he took a sip of his drink, guess what? She took a sip of hers. At first, he thought it was just a coincidence. But then it happened again and again, and Amber was like, okay, this is not a coincidence. And you know what? He was right. Priya was totally into him, and her body language was giving her away. So pay close attention to how they act around you. Do they mirror your movements? Do they smile when you smile? These subtle cues can speak volumes. Now, this one's for all the confident folks out there. Even the smoothest operators get a little flustered around someone they like. I'm talking butterflies in the stomach, sweaty palms, the whole 9 yards. Case in point, Rohan. This guy was the definition of cool and collected. Never broke a sweat, always had the perfect comeback. But then Priya walked in. Yeah, the same Priya Amber was crushing on. It's a whole thing, I tell ya. And suddenly, Amber turned into a bumbling mess. He'd stumble over his words, drop things, you name it. And it was adorable. We all noticed it, and Priya definitely noticed it too. It was clear as day that Amber had it bad for her. So, if the person you like starts acting a little out of character around you, like they're trying to impress you or they suddenly forget how to use a fork, it might just be a good sign. It means you make them nervous. In a good way, of course. Chapter 4. They remember the small things. Okay, this one's a biggie. When someone genuinely likes you, they pay attention to the little things. And I don't just mean remembering your birthday, though that's important too. I'm talking about the tiny details, the things you wouldn't even think twice about. Like this one time Aisha was telling Sam, her now boyfriend, about this super obscure band she'd been into since high school. It was just a passing comment, nothing major. But guess what? Weeks later, Sam surprised Aisha with tickets to their concert. Aisha was blown away. She was like, "How did you even remember that?" And Sam just shrugged and said, "I don't know, I thought you might like it." That's when Aisha knew he was a keeper. He listened to her, remembered the small stuff, and that's a clear sign that someone's smitten. Chapter 5. Their friends know about you. All right, let's be real. When we like someone, we can't help but gush about them to our friends, right? It's like a natural reflex. So if someone's crushing on you, chances are their friends already know all about you. Maya, this girl I know, experienced this firsthand. She met this guy, Arjun, at a party, and they totally hit it off. A few weeks later, Maya bumped into Arjun's friends at a coffee shop, and to her surprise, they already knew so much about her. They were like, "Oh, you're Maya. Arjun's been telling us all about you." Maya was like, "Wait, really? All good things, I hope?" And they were like, "Oh yeah, definitely." It was obvious that Arjun had been singing her praises to his friends, which meant he was definitely smitten. Chapter 6. They initiate conversations. Okay, let's talk about communication. When someone's really into you, they'll make an effort to stay in touch. They'll text you first, call you just to say hi, or send you hilarious memes that remind them of you. Take Sarah and Dev, for example. They met at a friend's wedding and exchanged numbers. Sarah wasn't sure if Dev was interested, but then he started texting her. A lot. It wasn't anything fancy, just little messages throughout the day. A good morning text, a funny meme, a random question about her day. It was clear that Dev was thinking about Sarah and wanted to keep the conversation going. And guess what? It worked. Sarah started reciprocating, and soon they were texting all the time. All right, let's get a little real for a second. Physical touch can be a major sign of attraction. Now, I'm not talking about anything inappropriate, but rather those subtle, flirty touches that send shivers down your spine. Like, remember Varun and Kavya? They were at a party, and throughout the night, Varun kept finding excuses to touch Kavya. A light touch on her arm when he made her laugh, a gentle hand on her shoulder as he leaned in to tell her something. You know, those kinds of things. At first, Kavya didn't think much of it, but then she noticed that it was happening a lot, and it was always Varun initiating the contact. That's when it hit her. He was totally into her. He was using those subtle touches to flirt and let her know he was interested. Okay, compliments are great, but genuine compliments? Those are the real deal. When someone truly likes you, they'll go beyond the superficial and compliment the things that make you, well, you. Remember Sam and Aisha? Yeah, the concert ticket guy? Well, Sam was amazing at giving genuine compliments. He didn't just tell Aisha she looked nice. Instead, he'd say things like, "I admire your creativity," or "You're so dedicated to your work." Those compliments meant the world to Aisha because they showed that Sam saw her for who she truly was. He appreciated her intelligence, her passions, her quirks, all the things that made her unique. And that, my friends, is a sign of true admiration. Last but not least, pay attention to their energy when they're around you. Do they light up when they see you? Do their eyes sparkle? Does their whole face seem to smile? Remember Amber, the guy who turned into a puddle around Priya? Well, even when he was having a bad day, the moment Priya walked into the room, his whole demeanor would change. His face would light up, his energy would shift, and it was clear that he was genuinely happy to see her. That's the thing about liking someone. They just make you feel good, you know? They brighten your day, make you smile for no reason, and their presence alone is enough to lift your spirits. And there you have it, 9 telltale signs that someone's crushing on you. So, tell me, did any of these signs resonate with you? Are you seeing any of these in your own life? Spill the tea in the comments below. And hey, while you're at it, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Share it with your single friends who need a little guidance. You know who you are. And subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Until next time, stay fabulous. Peace out.